President Trump is brushing aside skepticism over his deal with Iran to end the war. In France for the G7 summit, the president dismissed reports of Iran receiving financial incentives to reach a ceasefire. ABC's Karen Travers has that story from Geneva, Switzerland.
President Trump at the G7 World Leaders Summit again touting the U.S. agreement with Iran.
We have a deal that's a fair deal. It's a good deal.
But 48 hours after the deal was signed digitally by the president and vice president, there is still no public text of the agreement, and there are growing questions about what comes next. Senior administration officials say the deal reopens the Strait of Hormuz and lifts the U.S. blockade on Iranian ports. President Trump insists the strait will be permanently toll-free, but senior administration officials say the deal ensures it will be toll-free for 60 days. Iran, however, says it plans to collect fees for services. And there are still questions about sanctions relief and the unfreezing of Iranian assets. President Trump today claiming negotiations over Iran's nuclear program to be addressed in this 60-day negotiating window will be, quote, actually easier.
We have our deal done with Iran, and it should be successful. It goes to a second stage, which I think will be actually easier.
But Israel's operation against Iranian-backed Hezbollah in Lebanon could be a major hurdle. Iran's foreign minister says ending the war cannot happen unless Israeli forces leave Lebanon. Prime Minister Netanyahu says they'll stay as long as necessary. President Trump said today the U.S.-Iran deal can survive even if Israel continues its strikes in Lebanon. But he had tough words for Netanyahu.
Israel's fighting Hezbollah too long, and too many people are being killed. And you don't have to knock down an apartment house every time you're looking for somebody.
President Trump also met on the sidelines of the summit with Ukrainian President Zelensky as European leaders pushed to reinforce support for Ukraine. The president said Russia should make a deal to end the war. Karen Travers, ABC News, Geneva, Switzerland.